Welcome to the Maldives. So the moment you land, you have to take a boat or a seaplane, and in our case we were able to take a boat, and this is also a bit cheaper, and this boat will only be used for places which are a bit closer by. We only had to take the boat for 15 minutes, but still this was pretty pricey, and a lot of people forget that this is not included in the nightly rate.
On January, so it's only this resort is brand new, only 8 months from the opening.
We had a very nice overwater villa, and obviously this was a quite new resort, so we really enjoyed it. But the first couple of days, or at least the first day, we had a bit of rain. This is also what we had when we ate breakfast. We had a rainstorm coming in, and the whole day was pretty much like this. So low season is not the best always, but as you will see in a bit, actually this was the only day we had some significant amount of rain, which spoiled our day. But because we had a, let's say, a bit of a sleepy day and we didn't want to do too much, we actually didn't mind that we had a resting day with some gym and so on. So in the end it was pretty nice to just be forced to relax and not do all the activities. We actually never went to that pool of the resort itself. We only went to the different restaurants, because that's also something people forget. The restaurants are by definition a bit expensive just because you're living on an island, but also because they charge you, I think, 10% service charge and 20% tax of the government, something like this. So everything is around 30% more expensive on an already expensive price. The good thing about low season here was we had pretty much the whole island for ourselves. There were not a lot of people, so that was something which I think is one of the main advantages of staying in low season. Also here in front of our villa there was actually a lot of animal alive. The coral was not as clean or not as lively, but there were a lot of fishes there, and even we saw a stingray and a shark. You also get a butler on these islands, someone who you can text, and they will bring you to a lot of the different places, like this bar, which is like the sunset bar. We had this whole place for ourselves. As you can see, still a bit of clouds, but actually because of the high temperature, it's kind of nice to have some clouds once in a while, so you are not cooked in the sun the whole day, which was actually very nice. And again, we had the whole place for ourselves. It felt like a private evening. The breakfast was very good. We really enjoyed it, and the breakfast is until 10, so you can really take advantage of this breakfast, take as much food in as you can. And most of the time we actually didn't eat over lunch. There's also some animal life, some birds here, which was very nice to see actually. I didn't really expect it to see this much animal life this close to the different houses and resorts, but there is. Maldives is still above and underwater very lively, luckily, which is very nice. And this person, this worker, actually he was just doing his work, and we asked him, do you have some coconuts? And he said, yeah, sure, I can get you a fresh one. And he climbed up the tree and he gave us one. They do clean the beach, which is kind of funny, because most of this island is actually man-made. And yeah, if you want to have these pristine beaches, the whole day you need to clean them a bit, get rid of the dirt from the ocean, maybe also some leaves. So now it's time to go back. The end of the week is finished, but we actually stayed one night in Male, which is on paper I think one of, if not the highest density city in the world. So it's actually a must do to visit Male, in my opinion, to see how they live. They have even some surfing, they have some big mosque, beautiful mosque, they have some soccer going around, they even have a man-made beach here. So everything is actually pretty interestingly built, but it is a very small island, so I think over time you would get quite claustrophobic if you need to live on here. So yes, this was the end of our little 1 week trip in the Maldives. For me it was for sure enough to only stay 1 week, but it is very expensive, so if you can use either hotel points or try another way, find a local island and it will be a bit more cheaper.